and tonight we've got founder Melanie Tate and 16-year-old Militia Charters, who Militia tells me she's a former participant and now volunteer with the organisation. So Puddle Jumpers was founded 6 years ago in 2012 by Melanie because she saw a need in the community to support disadvantaged children after seeing there were so many gaps in government services. So Puddle Jumpers aims to make... I can get away with that, can't I? Yeah. Puddle Jumpers aims to make children's lives better by building resilience in kids through activity programs and camps, through family strengthening programs such as community food nights. Oh, I think I got this right. You told me this. And referrals for programs come from various welfare agencies and hospitals and medical professionals. So Melanie says she hopes that through participation in her programs, children can believe anything is possible, and that over time, any time that they're faced with challenges, they'll be able to jump over puddles in their life. And I know this works because tonight, you know, there was a challenge because before Militia came, Militia was here in this beautiful dress, and Melanie turned up and said, "Oh my God, I was going to wear that dress too." And you know what? Militia was totally unfazed, so I think the program's working. Everybody put your hands together and welcome.
Thank you very much. So I'd like you to imagine, if you can, a child jumping up and down in a puddle. They don't care where the puddle is, how deep it is, how wet their clothes will get, or even who they'll splash. They just embrace the moment and they enjoy it. And that's what we're about at Puddle Jumpers. Kids having the opportunity to be kids. They enjoy life and jump in all the puddles. I'm really excited to be here tonight. We provide camps, day activities, mentoring, as well as food, clothing and toiletries to people in need. Priority of our work is for children who don't live with their birth parents. And although we do work with people in need outside of this target group has some of society's most vulnerable children. These children usually fall into a few categories. However, all of them have experienced some sort of crisis or trauma to end up not living in the care of their parents. Lots of these children end up in the child protection system, and often they don't have anyone in their lives who is not paid to be with them. They have no one in their lives who just wants to spend time with volunteering with them. Another majority is the children who live in relatives' care, and often this is in a grandparent's care. They usually have people who care and love them greatly, but finances is a huge problem for these families. Many of these grandparents had to sell their houses. They had to return to work or use their savings or their superannuation just to be able to afford their grandchildren. They would do anything for their grandchildren, but they find it exhausting, financially a huge strain, and it's really tough. Puddle Jumpers is an early intervention program. We help kids at risk learn about making positive choices early in their lives. You don't have to take my word for it. Militia is someone who has participated in our programs, and she's got a few words to say.
In 2017, across Australia, there was 47,915 children recorded not living with their birth parents. That is 1 in every 7 children across Australia. In South Australia alone, there are over 3,500 children in this position. For the past 15 years, I've been one of these children. At the age of 3 months old, I entered care for the first time. Over my life, I've been in and out of foster homes and different residential placements, and I've had over 50 different carers. I have siblings who I don't live with or see very often, and I don't have any contact with my parents. When I was growing up, I didn't have the most normal childhood. I always felt like I was on the outside looking in. I always wondered what was different about me and why I didn't get to have a proper family. I never had a consistent role model, nor did I have the confidence in myself. I'm not telling you this so you feel sorry for me, because the things that I've experienced and overcome has made me into the person I am today. When I first heard about Puddle Jumpers, I was very hesitant, as all I've had were people coming in and out of my life. I didn't see how this camp was going to be any different. I thought, why should I put myself out there? In the end, I was going to get let down. I reluctantly attended the camp, but I still had my misgivings. I can't recall everything we did during those first few days, but I do recall how I felt, Puddle Jumpers taught me that being a part of something doesn't make you special. Something is special because you are a part of it. What I've gotten out of Puddle Jumpers is a sense of responsibility and the confidence that I can do anything I put my mind to. This confidence has not only just helped me being myself, but it also has transferred into my everyday life. Puddle Jumpers means a lot to me because I know I have someone there if I need to call them. Puddle Jumpers are a much needed holiday where I can have fun and experience situations that I usually wouldn't experience in my everyday life. I've made a lot of connections with people and friendships that I will cherish for a lifetime. I would not have made these friends without Puddle Jumpers. It's an amazing organisation. It's like one big family.
Thank you, Militia. I keep reassuring her she is the star of the show. I'm sure you'll agree, Militia is an amazing young woman. And for me, I feel so privileged that we get to work with kids like Militia at Puddle Jumpers. We've had the wonderful opportunity also of working with siblings who don't live together. On one camp, we had 5 siblings who live in 4 different households. It was really heartbreaking in lots of ways. I couldn't imagine growing up not living in the same house with my siblings. And I like to think that for these children, instead of them remembering a series of access visits, they grow up instead saying, remember those holidays down at the lake. There are many more stories I could tell you, but we have 7 minutes. And we work about the differences that we've made, but just imagine with your funding how many more lives we could touch. We have a very short video that shows some of our volunteers, some of our participants, and some of our supporters. Hope the video is starting.
Puddle Jumpers provides camps, day activities and a range of support services.
We are an early intervention program that works with children in need.
A lot of the kids that come to us have lost quite a bit of their childhood, and although we can't ever give that back for them, we can try and make up for it in some way.
I love hanging out with my brothers and Puddle Jumpers camps.
One of my favourite things on camp was when I taught a little girl how to ride a bike for the first time.
My absolute favourite memories is when a little girl had her very first birthday cake with us.
We are so pleased to see the how the children and the families enjoy it.
Ended up living in a shelter with not having anything, so it was really nice to be able to come here.
Without organisations like yours that support families when they're having a hard time, you know, we could end up with more people in child protection, more kids going into child protection, more families being broken apart.
Sorry, we've just got to go back to the other slideshow, but I will start talking. So how many more people have we helped? Well, back in 2012, we provided services to 70 children through 3 camps and 1 activity day. Most of those were from my kitchen table at home. Last year, we provided services to 600 children and their families through 5 camps and 5 activity days, as well as 45 community food nights. But at Puddle Jumpers, we are scaling up our services. There is such a demand for our services, we could fill a camp almost every weekend. This April school holidays, we had 2 camps for the very first time, and despite this, we had over 50 children on the waiting list. With your help through the Impact 100's funding, we're planning on expanding our current services by literally doubling them. We'd be aiming to provide services to over 1,200 children alone this year. This would mean we could potentially reach 1 in 3 children living in out-of-home care who could access our services. This would enable us also to purchase a bus, which in turn means we're able to support more children and families in need.
Thank you so much. That was really great of you getting up. That's wonderful. And I think you are certainly a testament for what Melanie's doing. Isn't it wonderful? And can you all please put your hands together? But to be fair, I need to ask you, I suppose you've said, haven't you, what would be the impact for you if you don't get that $100,000 tonight? What's that going to mean to you?
Well, as I said, we do feel a gap in services. There's no one else currently filling the service the way that we do. So if we were not able to scale up this service, there would be more children on the waiting list. And additionally, as an early intervention program with young children, there would be need for continued growth in the adolescent or at-risk programs for adults.
So I think we've all reached the stage, haven't we? We agree that we can't just rely on government, and that it's a partnership, and that's what we as philanthropists can do and should be doing, is filling need where we see it, because we can do it well. We can do it so much cheaper than government as well. Well, that we're so much more efficient. And so that's not a criticism. That's not a criticism. I think we all know that. Can you tell me though? So can people get involved? Like, can they go on the camps? I can see the Christian girls over there. I think they're great supporters. Can people like that volunteer and go on camps, or I don't know, do you need someone on your board? What is it that you need, as well as money?
Absolutely. There is 5 simple steps to being involved in helping us change children's lives. One is registering with us, so if we don't know you want to help, we can't tell you how. So you can talk to any of our volunteers or sign up over there. The second one is meeting with us, so you can come out to our organisation, as we have had a few recent visitors, and you can see stuff in action, or we can come out to your workplace. Or the third step is donating, not just your money, but also your time or your goods. We have an op shop, and we have all sorts of other ways you can support us. The fourth step is connecting, so making sure you're staying in touch with what we've got on and through social media or emails and things like that. And the fifth step is engaging. You can jump in a puddle or out of a puddle or over a puddle any way you like.
Thank you so much.